Hello and welcome to another episode here at Big Man in the Woods. My name is Mark, your online scout leader, helping you become a better scout leader. Now in this one, we're talking about program planning. So there's many different ways of program planning. Maybe I do it differently to the way my beavers and cub leaders do it in my own group. But how can we get the best from program planning? Well, maybe you go to the pub, even like myself, we do have a night at the scout hall and we sit there and we get out our ideas. But what's the best way of program planning? So I thought, let's ask scout leaders around the world how they do it and for advice for newbies on program planning. So don't forget, scouting is all about the scout vision, yeah? So we do it for the young people, not just because we want to do it. Granted, we want to do it as scout leaders and have fun, but remember, it is for the young people. And our program should be steered towards what the young people want to do. So before program planning, the obvious thing is to do is they ask the young people, what do they want to do in the next term? Now, when I do it for my scouts, some of the answers are like, oh my God, scouts, where are you getting these ideas from? Because I've asked you, this term has to be inside because of the weather or whatever, and they want to go rock climbing and caving, parachuting, and some of those things aren't practical. But some of those ideas, you're thinking, actually, it could be possible to do it this way. So the general consensus from scout leaders around the world is we talk to the young people first, get their ideas, get what they want to do for next term. And that isn't just young people as in the beavers or the cubs or scouts. This is asking the young leaders. You might have young leaders in your section who come every week. Get them involved, because remember, they've been through the sections and there might be badges that they enjoyed more, or you've done a program and they thought, actually, if we did it this different way, it'd be more fun. So getting the young leaders involved in program planning is a big point as well. Plan a couple of get-to-know activities at the beginning of the term. So one of the biggest things I would say is to look at the oldest members of your section and try and get them through the Chief Scout batch. Yeah, they're the priority. So if they've only got one or two challenges that they need to do, you should focus on that during the term. OSM has absolutely changed my program planning timings. It has helped us so much. There are so many ideas out there, program ideas. You just put a keyword, bing, and there's an idea. So using OSM, not only for ideas, but for actually collating that admin, less paperwork, it's been a diamond. And kiss. Everyone loves to kiss. But I'm talking about keep it simple, stupid. The simpler, the better. Don't overcomplicate some badges. Keep it simple. Badge work doesn't have to be boring. There are so many fun ways of doing it. And it's not us lecturing. Get hands-on. And if you can't deliver a badge, ask a parent, ask a family member, ask a local company, can we come to you? Another great bit of advice that kept being repeated to me was have fun. And you can't actually do it all yourself. So delegate and ask people. If you think that session's going to be boring, it probably is going to be boring for the young person. How can we jazz it up? Maybe there's a game we can play. Instead of lecturing it, make it into a tag team, a relay race. They've got to go run up the end of the hall and find the answer, bring it back, make it into a jigsaw. Just make it fun, make it interactive, and try to get them involved rather than just sitting down and lecturing. Remember, Scouts isn't at school. Try planning the outdoor challenge badge during the summer and the spring when it's going to be longer light hours outside and warmer, rather than doing it at winter where it's cold, dark, and not getting outdoors as much. Concentrate on the challenges badges at first, then slot in the activity badges. And those badges swap and swap and swap. There's loads of doubling up. If you're doing a model making evening, think about the craft badge. They can swap, they're interactive. If you're struggling to run a badge, get the SASU units in. Maybe there's ex-leaders. Maybe there's parents that wouldn't get involved, but you haven't actually directly asked them for help. Get them to run a badge. You never know, you might get a future volunteer out of it. When you get to the end of the term, finish it in a fun way. Finish it in a finale. Have a party, a water fight, go to an adventure. Have some fallback activities up your sleeve, because some of those nights aren't going to go to plan. Whether it's raining outside all day and the kids haven't been able to burn off that energy and they're just rambling and so noisy, or the activity isn't going as well as you planned it to be, there are some nights where you just have to go, this isn't working, let's stop and just have a games night. It's okay to admit defeat sometimes. Have an alternative week. What that means is don't have 3 weeks in a row where you have to prep every single week. It's okay just to have a bit of a simple night. If you're going to have those weeks where you're prepping every single week, you've got to remember to bring this, and this, and this. You're going to get burnt out as a leader. It's really stressful enough being a parent and a family life, let alone being a scout leader, remembering to having to bring this bit of equipment, this bit of equipment. And if you don't bring the Kelly Kettles, you can't run an activity night. So sometimes it's okay just to kind of go, you know what, let's have a games night. Treat each patrol as an independent unit and let each patrol have its own program. All right, this might get confusing, but what I mean is so you have 4 patrols and you have patrol nights, and each patrol will run a session each week. So you've got 4 weeks. Feed up. Lovely. Let the patrol leaders sort it out. Concentrate your time nurturing young people, in particularly the patrol leaders, for skills for life, how to become a better person. It doesn't all have to be about badges and activities. It's about skills for life. And sometimes you can't have those in badges. And you might have to talk about difficult subjects for them to mature into this young person that we're trying to be as a scout. There are 1,000,001 ways of doing program planning. When I started, I used to write from A to Z. We used to have a theme for that term. So it could be, say, water. And I would list A, B, C, D, E, D, all the way to Z. And then I would try and find words that would represent A for water. So A would be kind of activities. And then you could go white water rafting, B, water balloon, C, I don't know. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. But there are all those words to represent water. And then I would try and take those words, make it into a program, those words into a badge. It was confusing. It took me absolutely ages. But that was 12, 13 years ago when I was training to be a scout leader, before I had my wood beads, before I had no knowledge of being a scout leader at all. And I would try and plan everything and I would try and take whole responsibility. And over these years, I've learned to delegate. And it's okay to reuse those programs that we've been using for 4 years and just refresh them. Look at them, what worked well, what didn't work well. I'll speak to the scouts who are now the young leaders. What did they enjoy? What didn't they enjoy? Do the cool wall with your scouts during a forum and ask what badges do they think is cool, what's uncool, and just get the young people involved. And that would be my number one thing of program planning, is get the young people, get their ideas, get their views. What do they want to do? Because it's all well and good the leaders doing badges that they want to do, but do the scouts want to learn about X, Y, Z? I don't know. Maybe they do. So what advice would you give to a newbie scout leader for program planning? Comment below, and I'd love to know how you program plan. Do you do it like I do, using OSM and bullet points and spider ideas and stuff like that? Or do you just repeat the same program every 4 years? I know scout leaders do that and it works. There are 1,000,001 ways of doing program planning, but these are ideas from scout leaders around the world. So they must work, mustn't they? There we go, guys. I hope you have got some new, fresh ideas on program planning if you're going to do it over the next couple of weeks. And if you've got better ideas, comment below. Share. That's what scouting is all about. I don't like this secretivity. Is that a word, secretivity? I think it is. I know scout leaders that don't share their programs. I don't get that. Isn't scouts all about sharing the knowledge? So come on, guys. What's the secret bullet point tip? What is that magic of program planning? Is there a secret bit of knowledge that you're not sharing with us? Let us know. The beauty of program planning. Till next time, guys, take care, happy camping, and don't forget, subscribe to Bigger Man in the Woods and watch this playlist here. It's all about scouts.